Alright, so I've got my piece of steel, or 18 gauge sheet metal, clamped down, roughly clamped down I should say. One thing that would really be good is if I had a matching surface over here, and I may actually do that if this first piece doesn't look like it's gonna work out very well. I guess I can get a sheet of, might be able to get several sheets of thin plywood and lay them over there and clamp them down and glue them and kind of create like a glue fixture that provides even pressure and is curved around this edge. But I thought I'd at least try and get some practice just with a hammer and a slapper disc and see if I can, see how close I can get it to work. So we'll just go for it. Not sure how I should. I guess the idea is to go really kind of slow and even over the whole edge, not try and work any one edge too hard. That's going to be really tough right there. And my screw already popped, so I can see that screws are not going to be good enough. We'll have to clamp. I don't know if you can see that right here, but it's popped open, so that's not going to work. I wonder if I can work this edge over here anymore. Let's see. It's really hard to. This might be a little. I like that better. Yeah, I can see why that popped up, because it's trying to fold there. So maybe I can get a well, I got a clamp right here. I wonder if I can. I think we need to take that screw out. Maybe I can hold it in like that. And that's gonna walk on me. If we do that, let's see if we can get it. That just busted right off. Maybe it's the plywood, and I'll cut a good piece that I can clamp down uniformly. And it looks like I may need to pick up a couple more clamps. Bummer. Alright, that's why we got 5 pieces of this stuff to try out. I may try hitting this one more time just to see if I can get it to, if I can get this clamp to not shift. Well, that's working, except it's popping up over here. Yeah, it's gonna need pretty serious clamps. And I suppose that's even better, because then I won't have screw holes in the steel that I have to repair. And I won't have holes in my wooden form that will strip out after the very first use. So if I'm gonna have to, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to make 5 of these to get a good one. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I wonder if I can just as is keep forming this edge over here. Suppose I can cut out this pucker here. I could trim another 1/4 inch off pretty easily. But I don't know what to do about here yet. I should have got that down and spread this into 3 puckers or tucks here instead of letting it get into a single one here. So that's probably where I should start actually. Is any of the hammer forming should start right there to make sure that that is folded over before the rest of this stuff starts getting formed. So I can see that this is starting to get rounded over, so it's kind of poofy right here. So it definitely needs I definitely need some clamping force there, and so I will need to get some glue and maybe some thin plywood and figure out how to clamp that. Okay, I decided rather than taking this sheet metal off and replacing it right away, while it's on here and I got a known problem, I think I'm going to try and see if I can fix this problem so that when I'm doing the next one, if something like that happens, I'll have a kind of a process in place to do that. So what I'll do, I think, is just grab this kind of reverse tuck here. Let's see if I can get it to... See, that's not going to work either. Oh, I see what's going on. It's going in here because it's pulling this up and up. I wonder if I just move that tuck here instead. I've got 2 forming at least. It feels like I need 3. One right here. I suppose I could get some shrinking pliers, and that might actually be a good plan as well. And if you know where it needs to shrink, you can get it in there. And get 4 or 5 little folds going around there. I got this over there, and there's a pretty serious fold right there that's not gonna shrink out, and so definitely I want to get 3 or 4, 5 or 6 maybe even really close and little folds all along this edge so that I can hammer that smooth afterwards. And so that's a bit of a learning. So okay, there's some information I know. It's gonna have to be really careful forming this first curve, making sure that I got a whole bunch of folds under here until it can blend into this area here where it's actually having to stretch rather than shrink. Here is kind of where this big tuck fold, whatever you want to call it, is formed. That's probably not going to want to come out. I suppose I could try and pull it out and then create another one over here and here. That might actually be what I do here. Let's see. Since I got this on here and it's still going and I don't know what I'm doing, this sheet metal's already ruined, so maybe I go ahead and see if I can undo it a little bit and get it to work. So the next one I'll be better at it. And so alright, I think what I'm going to do is I've got several problems all at once, and so it's not making it easy to troubleshoot any one thing. So I've got to clamp the steel much better. The other thing is I have to start getting this edge here shrunk long before this is ever formed and folded over, just because once this is over, there's all the shrinking has to happen in one small space, and I think I'd like to spread it out over a larger area so it's smoother. The other thing is that my flange here is still too long here, so that's my piece I cut off, and so I'm at least probably 3/8 of an inch too long, and so that's also making it more difficult to shrink that material. So I think what I'm going to do is see if I can find a tool to do that, get some material to create a better clamping system, and then start on a new piece that's trimmed a little shorter. So we'll do that and we'll come back.